gonna goon so much, you may even get tired of gooning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much gooning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep gooning. We're gonna goon more.
What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and one of the hardest things that I'm still doing to this day. NoFap, otherwise known as semen retention. I want to call it semen retention because almost like team water, when really you can just grab your own water and make it and purify it and boil it yourself and all that other shit. Team water isn't really helping water in general. You can help water by bringing it home and boiling it yourself more than team water can ever do. NoFap is more of the corporate speak of semen retention. Semen retention is essentially you just not gooning. Now, this is more of a untamed and not quite uncut rant that I'm going to be doing on NoFap, just so we could speed things along. Back in 2018 is when I really first started thinking about semen retention. Now, I was kind of ahead of my time on this because NoFap, semen retention, didn't quite becoming famous until probably like really around 2020, because shocker, COVID started in 2020 and everybody was on the internet, so everybody must have fucking heard about NoFap. But me personally, I just called it masturbation prevention. Cringe as fuck, I understand, but who cares? So semen retention is one of the first things I've ever done back in 2018, and it was super duper hard. I said I gotta go 4 weeks without working the gherkin, and I did pretty damn well, surprisingly. Now, I almost lost around the 3rd week, but I was able to last until week 4, and maybe I went 5 weeks surprisingly well. But ever since that point forward, 2020 into 2021 into 2022, the most I've ever gone was 10 weeks without working the gherkin. And it wasn't easy. I failed many times, but then I got back to doing it, and it was very confidence boosting, and it was very energizing for me. Now, one of the biggest myth busters when it comes to NoFap is getting superpowers, or getting a deeper voice, or getting smooth skin. Personally, for me, I think that's all bullshit. NoFap, the most you get out of NoFap is energy, ultimate energy, more energy, right? And you get more confidence. Personally, for me, I've done an experiment, gone 10 weeks NoFap, and then I did 12 weeks Gooner, once or twice a day during 12 weeks, or once every day for 12 weeks gooning. But what I got from that was, compared to NoFap versus Fap, is with NoFap I got more energy and more confidence in myself, mainly because number one, you had all that sexual energy you could transmute into something else other than gooning, and number two, you had confidence. I had confidence in myself because I was able to control myself. Having complete and utter control over your body 110% is the number one way you could become most confident in yourself, in my opinion, because that's how confidence works for me. I became most confident in myself, and I gained complete self-esteem within myself when I started my quote-unquote NoFap journey. I like to call it semen retention, but whatever, you get the point. All these other no-nutheads, when they sit here and say NoFap gives you superpowers and makes women wet or within a 5-mile radius around you, it's all bullshit. NoFap is just 110% self-control over your body, and it could help you quit P-ography, if you get what I'm saying, without getting too YouTube-esque unfriendly. But it could also help you quit other addictions like alcohol, drugs, and other stuff like that. If there's video games that you want to give up, or gambling, whatever have you. NoFap for me personally has been one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. It's been super duper difficult. When you get too up in your head about it, and when you want to count your streak and all that other stuff, it's very pressuring, and it's an addiction in and of itself. It's super duper hard, and when you fail hard. Personally, for me, this is coming from my own experience. When it's almost like baseball, you can swing all you want, and if you keep missing, it affects the entire team. I'm a Phillies fan, and when it comes to my Philadelphia Phillies, watching the Phillies offense, which is the people who hit the ball with the bat, when they don't swing, and when they don't hit the ball, it sucks to watch, and it's just a complete drag to watch the team. Baseball, in my opinion, is kind of boring to watch as it is, but if you're a Phillies fan, and if you're a fan of a team and you watch them, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. But it's hard to fail and then keep going. Like, your objective is to go 10 weeks and you fail after week 3. it's hard to just keep going and, within a 10-week span and just not do it, because I want to go on a streak. And it's been one of the hardest things ever. I have, had a little struggle with alcohol for a minute, but I am easily able to quit drinking for a while and wean myself away from it so that I do not become addicted to it. That's a different video for another time, but with NoFap, it is one of the most difficult things that I've ever done as a 27-year-old man, and I have been struggling with NoFap since 24 years old, 23, hell, even 22. It has been a struggle for years. The last time I was able to go on a 10-week streak or a 7-week streak, anything past 4 weeks, was 3 years ago. So it's not for the faint of heart. If you're willing to take on the NoFap or semen retention journey, just know that don't be too hard on yourself. Don't do what I do and try to go on a streak and completely blue ball yourself cold turkey. Once a week, start off once a week, goon once a week, not more than once a week, not 3 times a day, just once a week, and then take it from there. Once a month, work yourself up to a year, and then there you go. But there's people that I know who have done it 20 times a day, 30 times a day. I can hardly go and do it 4 times in a week. Personally, for me, I like to control myself 110% of the time. So when I get horny and I go off and I do all that stuff, I have my own ways of being aroused, but that's, like I said, that's a completely different story for another time. NoFap for me has been one of the hardest things I've ever done, and it kills me every time I fail. It kills me every time I lose. So again, if you want to start your NoFap journey, please do not go too hard. Please do not start cold turkey and then feel like a piece of shit when you lose. If you lose, just keep fucking going and start off with a 10-week journey. If you can work the gherkin within 10 weeks, the better. So if you only go 10 weeks and you only goon 3 times, good on you. For me personally, I want to go hard mode, which is not gooning at all. And it's very, very, very difficult for me. Now, I have completely, got myself to, over these past years, once a week or once every 2 weeks. But that's failure for me. So, it's just super hard for me, and all I can say is good luck. Don't be too hard on yourself like I am. Don't beat yourself up, and don't beat yourself off. Haha. But you get the point. If you're going to be on your NoFap journey, just take it easy and then go hard mode when you think you're ready for it. For me personally, I'm going to keep going on forward with the NoFap journey. But hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, give it a like, comment down below what you think, subscribe to my channel, ring my bell to be notified, and share the video with your friends. Later.